Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. A very good evening to all viewers who are watching right now. Together with you guys, I am Helmi Lazari as the MC for the Manifesto presentation KLMSS 2022 election tonight. So, before we start, let us recite Al-Fatiha. Amin 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 ya rabbal alamin. I know you guys cannot wait to see who are the candidates for tonight's session. For tonight's session, the candidates involved are those who are competing for the position of public relations. We have three candidates for tonight. So without further ado, let's move on to our first candidates for today. Please introduce yourself and explain your manifestos. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Brother Helmi. Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nur Hidayah. I am second year, second SEM TPHM students, and currently I'm contesting for Public Relation Division under KLMSS for New Tino. So basically, why I choose this position under KLMSS because actually this is my first time applying for this position. Why? Because before this, I actually applied for other position like I am actually a general secretary for CCSU IUFO. CCSU is required as a counselor and services center unit in UIA. We all know that we have a counselor in UIA, right? So same goes to UIA Pago. We also have a counselor. So I am actually under them. And last year, I'm working as a preparation and technical committee for IUM Young Motivator 2021. And I am also a subcommittee for academic division under JOSA, where we call it as a Johor Student Association for UIA students. And last year also, I working as program coordinator for tourism program, where actually the TPM students have organized some programs that related to trips. So I'm working as program coordinator for that programs. And I'm also a member of Southern Volunteers. Maybe some of you will know that last 2 week, the Southern Volunteers have came to the UAE because of volunteerism activities. So I am actually under them, members of them. And the Southern Volunteers is non-governmental organizations under Tengku Mahkota Johor. So far the programs that have participated during the university, I have fulfilled invitation from UiTM Jasim Melaka, where they are actually inviting me for be a panel for their program. And I am also actively participate in volunteerism activities like last year I'm joining volunteerism in Hulu Langat Selangor. It is under UAE Pago, and I'm also joining volunteerism Misi Banjir Johor at Kampung Contoh Kahang Pahang, where it is actually programs collaboration between UTHM and Gamis Johor. So I just joining them. And I'm also joining volunteerism under IUM Endowment Fund, where basically actually IUM Endowment Fund is one of the finance unit in UAE. So last Ramadan, they are conducting Tadarus Quran program. So I just joining them because it is actually collaboration between UAE Pago and UAE Gombak. And I'm doing a freelancer in MC, where I'm do twice MC in several events for NGOs. And for my mission for this position is I want to elevate and promote the image of KLM among IM students and other societies. Okay, basically for this position, I just want to focus first on the KLM students and the clubs. Why? Because I think that because of COVID-19, we actually have a lot of varieties of clubs and societies that have been exist in UAE Pago. However, due to COVID-19, there are no much give acknowledgement to the students. So it is also relevant to my vision, where my vision is I want to be noticed, be heard, and recognized. That's why I want to focus first for the KM students, then their clubs and societies, and maybe if I have the opportunities, I will move forward to the others organizations. And for my first manifesto, I want to encourage all clubs in KLM to be more productive and systematic in terms of management, public relations, and activities. For me, if I'm the chosen one to be as a public relation under the KLMSS, actually I have ideas to do a programs that related to management, communication skills in public relation for KM students. Why? For me, because of COVID-19, most of students have lost their communication skills, include me. The COVID-19 have changed us to become introvert person. So for me, communication is very crucial for us, especially in universities, in our life, and also future career. So maybe if I'm the chosen one, I will do such programs because like I have said before, the communication is very crucial for us. So my second manifesto, I want to ensure the KLM clubs are recognized and well known, not among the UIA students, but in a global scales. As I said before, we have varieties clubs in UAE that have been exist like Zuna, like Renta, Impact, and also Anju Pelayu. For me, this club has been well known among students, but due to the COVID-19, the students have not gotten any acknowledgement about the clubs. So if I'm the chosen one, if I'm the chosen one, I will try my best to be their medium to promote and uphold back their clubs to the CLAM students as my mission is I want to focus on the KM students and the club first. So my last manifesto is I want to provide opportunities for collaboration, education and promotion of clubs and societies for KM students with other organizations. So far the experience that have been shared before, and I have joined under few NGOs. I will try my best to expand my connection and collaboration for KM students. Why? Because I think that maybe few the clubs in UAE Pago have an intention to do a collaboration with other university like we have in EduHub community, we have UTH and we have Polytechnic. So maybe I will help them to give opportunities because I know that everyone have their own connection. So maybe the E person have the connection with the B person. So it will help uh, oppor- it will help to give opportunities for the UI students to expand their connection and promote not only among the students, not only among the UI students and other universities. That's all from me.
Thank you for the awesome speech just now. I hope that clarifies your manifesto to the audience and voters. Alright, so dear viewers, if you have any questions about the candidate or manifestos, kindly stand by your question as we will be having Q&A session after all candidates are done presenting their manifestos. So the committee will pin your questions for the candidates to answer. Thank you. Alright, so moving on to the second candidate to present his speech, Brother Ahmad Nidal Hilmi, please take your stage.
All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi everyone. My name is Ahmad Nidal Halmi bin Nasir, second year and second semester students from Department of Arcom, and I'm running for public relation for KLMSS 2022 election. All right. Before this, before this, uh, I am subcommittee from Arcom, subcommittee of Arcom. All right. If I'm elected as public relation of KLMSS, I will propose my manifesto. According to my manifesto, is first is one to facilitate strong emphasis on physical and emotional welfare of KLM students, which is to reduce the stress of KLM students both physically and emotionally, yaitu which is mengurangkan manifesto saya, tujuan saya dan cadangan saya ialah cadangan saya adalah untuk mengurangkan tekanan pelajar KLM dari segi fizikal dan emosi. Baiklah, kita sudah sedia maklum bahawa rutin sebagai mahasiswa tidaklah semudah dan segah namanya, kan? Namun, apabila bergelar mahasiswa, kita pasti dibebani dengan pelbagai tugasan yang syarat, yang penuh dengan pelbagai arahan yang ada ketikanya mengundang rasa tertekan, risau, bimbang dan sebagainya. Semua itu ada kalanya boleh mengganggu emosi kita dan juga fizikal kita. Apatah lagi dengan corak pembelajaran masa kini di musim pandemik ini, iaitu melalui online, pembelajaran online. Mungkin di kalangan kita ada yang rasa penat dan ada yang hampir give up, hampir tertekan dengan situasi sekarang. Baiklah, uh, ini semuanya bagi saya, kita semua seharusnya bangkit. Kita semua seharusnya bangkit dan jadikan rintangan dan ujian ini sebagai satu cabaran kepada kita untuk memastikan imej warga KLM ini gah di kalangan mahasiswa-mahasiswi IPT negara, insya-Allah. Maka bagi saya dengan rasa tanggungjawab untuk mengurangkan tekanan dan meringankan bebanan emosi student KLM, jika saya dipilih atau dilantik sebagai public relation KLM 2022 ini, saya bercadang untuk mengadakan beberapa siri motivasi bersama tokoh-tokoh motivator negara, khususnya bekas graduan UIA seperti Bro Amin Idris, Datuk Dr. Zahazan dan Ustazah Fatimah Syarha. InsyaAllah kita akan mengadakan program ini untuk mengurangkan tekanan dan meringankan bebanan emosi student-student KLM, insya-Allah. Selain itu juga, dengan ini saya bercadang untuk menyediakan satu platform iaitu pusat aduan atau cadangan dari student-student kita, student-student KLM ini, khususnya kepada student-student yang berasa tertekan dengan emosi, dengan pembelajaran dan gangguan dan sebagainya. Okey, itu saja. Dengan harapan sedikit sebanyak platform ini, saya berharap agar kita dapat atau mampu mengatasi beberapa isu berkaitan dengan bebanan emosi ini, insya-Allah. Dan dengan mengadakan platform ini juga, sudah tentunya kita dapat membina hubungan positif dengan pihak bertanggungjawab, pihak berkepentingan dengan melalui media ini, dan juga kita dapat membina hubungan positif dengan orang ramai, dengan student-student KLM dan seluruh warga KLM, insya-Allah. Semua ini insya-Allah saya kotakan sekiranya saya dipilih dan diberi tanggungjawab ini, saya akan kotakan semuanya, insya-Allah. Setakat ini sahaja daripada saya. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Inshallah. Wow, an impressive speech by this second candidate just now. Thank you, Brother Ahmad Nidahimi. Again, dear viewers, if you have any questions about the candidates or manifestos, kindly stand by your question as we will be having Q&A session after all candidates are done presenting their manifestos. The committee will pin your questions for the candidates to answer. Thank you again. Alright, last but not least for tonight, I would like to call upon Sis Nur Hazirah to present her manifesto. So, Sis Nur Hazirah, take it away.
All right, thank you, Helmi, for giving me this stage to present my manifesto. Good evening, Assalamualaikum, and good evening to all of you. My name is Nur Hazira. Currently, I am the third year's first semester from Division of APCOM. Inshallah, for tonight, I will chosen to present my manifesto as a PR if I get selected in these positions. All right. Personally, I'm sure everybody that like other candidates, they also have their own mission. They also have their own mission and visions. Why they encouraged to apply this position. Personally, I
the reason why I encourage myself to feel to apply this position is to get out from to get out from my comfort zone, my own comfort zone, as I am third year student. So I think this is a time that I need to do something with KLM. In sense to get a better management, a better mitigation for KLM for the student. And I believe as PR, the role of PR itself playing a very crucial role because it requires these positions to convey a very effective way um, in order to spread or to broaden the informations that were given from administrations or any authorities for the students. So it requires a very sharp observance towards a current issue or current problems that occur among the students. And I also believe that PR must have ability to have a very good communication skills because it requires to having a many communication for other parties. Then as a PR, it also have the ability that critical thinking, how to centralize the information given because they need to communicate with others with many parties. So there will be many informations that need to centralize before it was given out to the KLM society. All right. My background as student, my my background as previous achievement that I was PR in JOSA, yani Johor Association Student, or is known as a JOSA, and I being moderator for various program for under the Club of Anjung Melayu, and I also have been committee for represent as Pabro for Mahala Festival in 2020. 2020. So right, moving on to my manifesto. The first manifesto that I bring out, uh, if you can see on my poster, uh, the first manifesto is empower student voices and concerns. As I believe, we if we have a higher roles in a society, we have the ability to convey the noises that made by students. All the noises is very important, especially to make a better improvement, to make a better changes for the management, for the other things. So I think if I've been chosen as PR, I think I need to empower these noises at any platforms, especially in SOTMED lah, because as we know that people, if they are not specified with something with management or others, they will go for the SOTMED first. So I think I need to empower these student voices, even a little voices, to make a better changes for KLM management especially. The second one is Pago vibes, to create Pagos on vibes as other campuses. Honestly, during my, I think, second year and a half being in Pago, honestly, the vibes at the Pago is actually a mirror like other campuses. I don't know everyone feel like me, but I feel like that it's a lack of vibes. Um, there is something lack in creating Pago vibes. So what I want to do if I were chosen at PR, there is I think three three things that I want to um, educate for KLM society. The first one is UB. I mean, in other words, unit per uniform, because I think other campuses they have their own UB for their co-curriculum. As we know that Fago students have no choices. Not have very various choices in COCO. So I think this is a time to establish Pago on UB for students for them to experience more to experience more experience more, more choices, and also provide them provide them a experience life lah, SUB. The second one is establish more club, especially for entertainment purposes. Like we have Anjung Melayu and the other clubs that are actively um, providing programs for students. But in this sense, I think we need to establish more clubs to give students more actively participate in other ways compared to the other cocos or um, other things, because I think this club we develop a soft skills among the students, how they how uh, they establish their leadership into the higher levels. And the third one is the things that I want to do if I was chosen as PR is virtual communication skills, because I think these days, if you are look out for any industry, work industry, or you are looking for or you are doing any job hunting, especially in these years, in these very challenging years, they requires a candidates to have a very good communication skills. Hence, I think there's a lot of students, including me, we are still lacking in communication skills. So I think I need to provide this workshop to help them improve themselves into a better skills. That's all from me.
Yeah, sounds great. What a good point there. Thank you, Sis Nur Hazira, for your manifesto presentation just now. Alright, let us get into a few questions from the audience. Okay, here we are. A question from Anis Shu to all candidates. Where's the question? Okay, from Sister Anis Chu, what is your plan? What is your plan to publicize IIUM Pago if you were given the chance to be appointed as PR officer? So I will give the question to we start from Sister Nur Hidayah. Can. Okay, you can answer it.
Okay, thank you, Brother Helmi, and thank you, Sister Anishu, for that questions. So the question is, what is your plan to publicize IUM Pago if you were given the chance to be appointed as PR officer? Okay, basically this is our plan if I'm being appointed as a PR officer. So back to my mission. My mission is I want to elevate and promote the image of KLM students among IM students and other societies. So what I have been said before, my mission is I want to focus first on the KLM students and the clubs and the societies within the KLM Pago. And back to my first manifesto, I want to encourage all clubs in KLM to be more productive and systematic in terms of management, public relations and activities. For me, if you want to publicize the UM Pago, you need to have a strong root. Why I said this, because if you have not have a strong clubs in UAE Pago, how you want to publicize it in other societies? So that's why I'm come up with the first manifesto. Why, if I'm the chosen one, if I'm the appointed one, I want to do a program that related to management and communication skills for KM students and for KM students. So for me, because as I said before, the communication is crucial for everyone, because the communication is we use in our daily life. So when we have a good communications skills and we have a good management, so we can publicize in with other societies. So the other societies and the other university will be image of our clubs in UAE Pago. And also back to my third manifesto, I want to provide opportunities for collaboration, education, and promotion of clubs and societies for KM students with other organizations. So for me, after we do a programs, for me, just my humbly ideas, if I after we do a programs that related to management, the communication skills, so the clubs also have the strong communication skills, so we can start to promote to other students. For example, like we can start in promoting among the KM students first. Second, we go forward to EduHub Pago community like UTHM students, the Polytechnic, the UTM, and next we go further to other university, and also if we have opportunities, we will go to the global skills, inshallah. That's all from me.
Alright, thank you, Sister Nur Hidayah. So, how about brother Nidan?
All right. Thank you, Brother Helmi, and thank you, Anis Shu atas soalan. What is your plan to publicize IIU Empago if you were given the chance to be appointed SPR officer? All right. Um, I will do my manifesto. I will do what I talked before. What I want to mengadakan program motivator untuk meringankan lagi beban student-student dengan kita, dan kita juga boleh, dan saya juga mencadangkan agar mengadakan program-program untuk menghilangkan stres seperti Rahat Minda ke apa ke macam tu, insyaAllah. Okey, itu saja daripada saya.
Okay, thank you, brother Nidan, for the opinion. So, how about Sister Dorhazira?
All right, thank you, Helmi. Back to my the second, my second manifesto that I want to create Pargo as vibes, because as Sister Hidayah said that we need to have a strong roots. In order to publicize I in Pargo to the others. Like I said that we can, like say like in our kuliah, the kuliah itself, languages and management, it if you can see through for the subject that we learned in our kuliah, it's actually aligned with the um, demands or skills that require in the industry, in the work industry. So from there we can highlight those subjects that we align with the demand of working. So they feel that they assures that KLM Pago itself can given, I cannot say like jaminan, but it also macam dia secure sikit lah nak apply KLM tu, sebab okay dia tahu that certain things that we learn in KLM, it also useful outside from the from the campus itself. And the second one is how to publish IIM Pago. Like I said, we need to create our own vibes. Let's say like this is just a knowledge here, right? Like when we go to IIM Pago, we know that shawarma is very famous there. So maybe Pago also need to have their own tagline, like maybe nasi ambang, because we are in Johor currently. So we need that vibes that catch their eyes, so they believe that, oh, I need if I apply for Kallang because I think I can experience the other things that maybe I never been before. And the second and the third one, I believe that um in order to publish IOM, of course we need to have a better facilities in IUM Pago itself, because for sure that everyone want to study at somewhere places, then they look out for the facility at first. So I think in order to publicize IIM effectively, we need to facilitate student needs, and we need to facilitate a better facilities, I think we have already have a quite good facilities in IIUM itself. So that will be the point on how we to publicize the IIUM Pago to the artists. That's all for me.
Okay. I really like hear about all opinions from you guys, but the very what we call very effectively is the nasi ambang. Yes, I think I Pago did have a trademark. Okay. Okay, so like Shakira Nurhan, KLM Pago famous dengan bumbu kito dengan ubi. Yeah, I think that is the very famous here. Okay, so can we move on to the second question? Are you guys ready? Ready, okay. So, okay, this is from the creative. Okay, what makes you stand out from the other candidates? So, can we start from Sister Nur Hazira first, and then we go to okay, we start from Sister Nur Hazira, and then we go to Brother Nidal, and then Sister Hidayah. Okay, so Sister Nur Hazira, please take it away.
All right. Well, this question is like it's like I'm going through the interview. All right. What makes you stand out from the other candidates? I personally believe that everyone. I personally believe that everyone their own have their own strengths and weakness. So I think in what makes me stand out from the other candidates is regarding I cannot say like I have a better strength than the other candidates. No, we all have our own strengths, like I said before. Um, I believe to be a very efficient PRs, we need, like I said before, we need to have a very good communication skills, um, and a very sharp observance towards any problems occurrence at any platforms. So I think I can say that I be able to have a very uh, a good, like a good tak lah, good. I mean, in previous achievement as a PR, I can say that I'll be able to handle to have various communications for for other parties, and then be able also to centralize the information before it given out to the students. I mean, in order to have a very communication skills, you need to have a sharp observance what are really information that very important to convey. So in my previous work that I've been PR in JOSA, I think uh, like I said, I need to communicate. Like JOSA itself is a center at the Gombak. So anything that happens, anything that communications, anything discussion must be from two campuses, from Pago, from Kuantan, and also from Gombak. So I think um, that makes me a very good observant towards which one communications that I need to jot down, to hear out, or to highlight. And the second one is the observer, the very to have a very sharp observance. I think this one is also crucial because the role of PR is not also um, lingering around in KLM. It actually requires us to have a very sharp observance outside the campuses. Like I said, it's what meant social media, because nowadays students they don't love, or they don't prefer to have a many bureaucracies in complaining some things. So they always like uh, ponder their thoughts, ponder their concerns in social media. So I think PR itself need to um, alert on what is happening among the students on the submit also. That's the second point. Uh, the third one, I think from the PR itself, we need to have a very critical thinking also, because you receive many communication from other parties, and the communication also uh, maklumat yang kita dapat tu dia akan menentukan tindakan daripada students, tindakan daripada pengurusan. So jadinya PR ni dia kena ada ketinggian sangat. Baguslah. Sebabnya to have a, sebabnya nak jadikan komunikasi yang baik tu um, dia kena cepat bertindak. Maksudnya cepat bertindak tu maksudnya like I said, we need to analyse many communications that happens from the ground until the up. That's all for me.
So are you there, Brandon? There? Okay. So how about you? What makes you stand out from the other candidates?
All right. Thank you for Brother Helmi. Okay, and thank you for the question. Okay. For me, saya tak adalah kelebihan sangat, tapi mengikut pengalaman saya pernah berpegang jadi sebagai subcommittee of ARCOM sebelum ni, dan ia amat dan sangat membantu pada saya untuk mengurus program, kerana dalam subcommittee of ARCOM ni dia telah membahagikan dan membahagikan semua, sama ada saya pernah dijadikan dan pernah diberi tanggungjawab agar dijadikan sebagai program manager dan PC, PR, public relation, dan semualah kena setiap program tu setiap orang kena diberi tanggungjawab tersebut. Dan dengan itu juga telah memberikan saya pengalaman dan keyakinan kepada saya untuk bertugas dan bertanggungjawab sebagai public relation ini untuk Klmss. Dan sebagai PR juga, kita sebagai PR juga ia akan menjadi seorang hendaklah menjadi seorang yang tersusun dan bersikap dingin, yang mampu menangani krisis atau masalah di kalangan student-student KLM dan sebagainya. Dan juga sebagai public relation juga, kita kena yakin apabila berucap atau apabila public speaking atau berhubung dengan orang awam ketika nak mengendalikan program, nak mengendalikan pengurusan projek dan sebagainya. Dan sebagai PR juga kita juga mestilah dan seharusnya mewujudkan interaksi yang baik dengan pihak bertanggungjawab, pihak berkepentingan di media sosial, dan juga mewujudkan hubungan positif atau interaksi yang positif dengan orang ramai dan student-student KLM juga. Okey, itu saja daripada saya.
Okay, so thank you, Brother Nidal, for the great answer. So last but not least, Sister Nur Hidayah, are you there?
Yes,
Okay, so
you can.
please answer the question. What makes you stand out from the other candidate?
Okay, thank you, Brother Helmi, and thank you for the Karato for your questions. So for that question, what makes you stand out from the other candidates? So just my humbly answer. Basically, I have said before, I have joining various of programs, like for example, like volunteerism. I have joining a lot of volunteerism under the NGOs like Klmss Johor, Klmss Pahang, and the Southern Volunteer, and many more. And basically, through such programs, I get a lot of networking actually. I get a lot of networking from other universities. So I think that these opportunities I can use it for public relation if I'm the appointed one for public relation under KLMSS, as the role of PR is actually to provide opportunities for collaboration, right, to KLM students. So this role is actually relevant with my third manifesto. My third manifesto is to provide opportunities for collaboration, education and promotion of clubs and societies for KLM students with other organizations. So with my strength that I have a lot of networking, I will try my best to expand the connection in order to promote and uphold the clubs in UAE Pago. And also, I can categorize myself as an ambivert person, where I can be introvert sometimes, I can be extrovert. So most of the time, I will be extrovert. So, like I said, I can use this strength also to help the KLM students and the clubs in UAE Pago to promote back and uphold their clubs in among the UAE students and other organizations. That's all.
Okay, so that I clarify from you guys, you need to control your emotional when you answer when you help answer apa ni our students, and you guys need to be strong because we have 1,000 students here. Okay. Okay, so we move on to the next question, which is from Sister Lisa. Listen, soalan saya, buat ketiga-tiga calon, bagaimana anda nak memastikan program-program yang akan kalian bawakan nanti mampu memberi impak secara keseluruhannya dalam memenuhi manifesto anda. So, can we start from Brother Nidan?
Alright. Thank you, Brother Helmi, dan thank you soalan Lisa, Sister Lisa. Bagaimana anda nak memastikan program yang akan kalian bawakan nanti mampu memberi impak secara keseluruhannya dalam memenuhi manifesto? Alright, bismillah. Bagi saya, untuk memastikan program yang saya akan bawakan nanti, yang akan saya jalankan nanti mampu memberi impak secara keseluruhannya ialah tertentunya saya akan membuat platform untuk para student memberikan feedback dan memberikan maklum balas supaya kita lebih tahu dan lebih memahami keadaan student sekarang. Dan sebab tu jugalah saya mencadangkan agar mengadakan platform untuk student-student memberi pendapat dan student juga boleh memberi cadangan daripada student sendiri supaya kita lebih memahami dan bukan daripada idea kita saja, dan student bawah pun boleh memberi cadangan dan boleh bersuara untuk orang-orang atas, insya-Allah. Okey, itu saja. Sekian, terima kasih.
Alright, so you have a good words there. Thank you, Brother Nidan. So, okay. Please, Sister Nur Hidayah, Sister Nur Hazira. Please answer the question.
Alright, thank you Helmi. Okay, soalan dia macam mana nak pastikan program yang kami akan bawa nanti mampu beri impak keseluruhannya. Okay, baiklah. First thing first, pertama sekali untuk menjayakan sesuatu program ni, kita memerlukan objektif program yang sangat jelas. Dan objektif itu yang akan menentukan sama ada program yang kita akan jalankan nanti, if I am appointed as a PR, objektif itu akan menentukan sama ada suatu program itu akan beri impak secara keseluruhannya ataupun tidak. Jadi pertama sekali daripada sisi saya, kita kena ada objektif yang sangat jelas. Katakanlah satu program tu kita nak buat untuk katakanlah macam saya cakap tadi dalam manifesto saya, kita nak buat workshop on communication skills. Jadi objektifnya adalah untuk memastikan pelajar-pelajar yang terlibat dalam workshop tu And the end of the program they have at least kalau kita nak cakap skill 1 sampai 5 tu, at least dia dah ada 4.5. 4.5 skills tu dalam communication skills. That the first one, objective, because the objective without clear objective kan, kita jemputlah speaker hebat mana pun, it doesn't make the program effective at at overalls. And the second one is untuk memberikan impak yang besar from the side student saya letakkan diri saya sebagai seorang student. Kalau kita nak join program, satu program kan, of course we are student, we are looking who are the speaker of the program. Macam like I said, benda tu kena align dengan objektif. Katakanlah objektif program tu berkenaan dengan again communication skills. So kita kena jemput speaker ataupun orang-orang yang berpengalaman ataupun daripada industri tu sendiri supaya dia akan bagi a clear point of view from himself, from his profession, from his experience, from his contributions kepada program tersebut. Kita tak boleh nak tangkap muat je kan, nak contohnya kita nak buat communications workshop, kita jemput orang marketing, katakannya lah. So it doesn't align with the objective itself. Dan saya rasa sebagai seorang student sebagai I believe all of us is millennials generation, we are always opt for a famous person, famous trending, orang trending kat TikTok ke apa kan. So benda-benda macam ni pun dia akan effect juga kepada effectiveness of the program itself. Maksudnya orang tu kita kenali dekat luar, dekat Soulmate, dan dia juga orang yang berkaliber daripada profession dia sendiri untuk memberikan input-input yang penting dalam satu program tersebut. Yang ketiga, untuk memberi impak keseluruhannya, I think there is a very crucial role in order to have a connection or collaborations daripada others organisation juga. Sebabnya benda-benda macam ni dia akan provide student indirectly connections between the programs. Katakanlah kita nak buat workshop pasal writing CVs. Okay, so kita buatlah collaboration dengan mungkin maukerja.com ke. So benda-benda macam tu dia akan bagi ruang dan juga peluang kepada student to make their own connections with the relevant organizations. That's what my from my point of view. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. So it looks a lot of answer there. A good answer, I think. So, Sister Nurul Hidayah, how about you?
Okay, thank you, Brother Helmi, and thank you for Sister Lisa Ritson for your questions. So basically, bagaimana untuk memastikan program anda mampu memberi impact secara keseluruhan dalam manifesto? Okay. As I said before, I have no experience yet for public relation position because before this, I'm holding other position. So if I'm appointed as public relation for Klmss for new tenure, the first thing that I will do is I will ask advice from previous public relations committee for previous tenure, like Sister Shaz. I will ask her advice for my proposed programs because I think that having a discussion about our upcoming programs is very crucial because we want to know that whether the programs is relevant to our programs or for UIA students. And we also have IUMSU, the KMSS itself, and also MRC. So we can also have a good discussion with them in order to get a good impact towards the program that we are proposing. And moreover, we can also ask opinion from other students. Like we can also ask them about the programs that they want, because for me, the students more know what they want about the programs that need to be held in UIA Pago. And the last one, I think in order to acknowledge the impact that can give towards the whole students is we need to get a feedback from students every time program we organize. Because for me, everyone will forget to get the feedback, because for me feedback is very crucial for better enhancement. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Yeah, so that is interesting, which is I think students are like customer and PR like a seller. So as a seller, as a PR, then you guys need to know what they want. So with that, it might bring a big impact for our campus. Okay, so I hope you guys still energetic because we have a lot of questions here. Okay, from Sister Nur Shahira Zainul Hisham. Every society will have any chance for facing unfortunate events such as uncontrolled circulate issues. What kind of crisis management we need to do as PR is crucial in taking care of our image. So, can we start from Sister Hidayah?
Okay, sure. Thank you, Brother Helmi, and thank you, Nur Shahira, for your questions. So for that question, every society will have any chances for facing unfortunate events such as uncontrolled security issue. What kind of crisis management we need to do as PR? Okay, okay, for me, the crisis management is out of our, we call it apa? Out of our control, because it is we cannot control it. Like when we organize programs online, there's programs like Wi-Fi connection, internet connections. So this is a crisis, one of the crisis. And for the crisis management, for me, I think that the KLMS only a middle person that menyampaikan the issue on to the management. We are just middle person. So our decision that have been made is from the management, so we need to follow. And as I said before, the PR is only the middle person. So whatever things that we have faced, like a crisis management, we need to refer back to the management, because we only a middle person among the UIA. Thank you. That's all from me.
Alright, thank you, Sister Hidayah. So, can we get an answer from Brother Nidan?
Alright. Thank you for Brother Hilmi dan thank you for Nushahir atas soalan. Okay, what kind of crisis management we need to do SPR is crucial in taking care of our image. Alright. Sebagaimana yang Sister Hidayah katakan tadi, itulah krisis management ini adalah yang patut diselesaikan adalah management, pengurusan atas. Kami sebagai PR adalah sebagai orang tengah, orang panggil orang tengah. Dan perhubungan ini juga kita sebagai perhubungan awam juga, sebagai public relation juga, kita hendak selalu menjaga interaksi yang baik, interaksi yang positif, perhubungan yang positif di antara sesama society lain dan orang awam dan sebagainya. Okey, itu saja.
Alright, so thank you, Brother Nidan. How about Sister Nur Hazira? How about you?
All right. First and foremost, being PR is if there are any unfortunate or uncontrolled events or issue that occur among the students or among in KLM society, the first thing that we PR to act is to acknowledge what exactly the issue that happened. Because if you are if like say like the persons at PR, if the PR do not acknowledge or have a very good information, sufficient information about the current issue, that will lead to the miscommunication between the management and also the students. And this is very crucial because like the other says that PR is a middle uh, middle person from the management to the students. So, like Nida said before, how no matter how bad the crisis or how matter bad decision that made by management to students, PR needs to being PR needs to have a very communication uh, with students in order to convey the information, even though walaupun maklumat itu sebenarnya tidak memuaskan hati semua orang. Jadi PR ni as a PR I believe we need to have a very strong principles uh, to convey the informations. I mean, the transparency is there, the truth of the information is there. Maksudnya kita menyampaikan maklumat itu sewajarnya, walaupun uh, maklumat tu ataupun keputusan yang dibuat tu oleh satu pihak tidak memenuhi uh, ataupun tidak memberi solusi yang baiklah kepada students. And PR must have a very good communication. I mean, no matter how hard the situation it is, PR must be professional in convey the information, because PR is the mirror or the management. Kalau kita convey the information without a very effective ataupun in very bad way, then benda tu akan reflect back on how the management on how KLM manage the crisis. That's for me. That's all for me.
Yep. I think that's a great answer because yes, PR we will do you guys will do your best to help students, but if the crucial uncontrollable situation that needs to refer the management and the student uh, needs to terima lah apa management cakap. Okay. So we will go to the last but not least question from Sister Shakirah Nurhan. To all three candidates, this is random but intriguing, but tell us three traits that you have that makes you a great PR officer. So let's we start from Sister Hazira.
Alright. Thank you, Shakira, for the questions. I would say three traits that makes me a great PR officer. The first one, I believe, in every PR roles, we need to have a very presentable appearance, presentable writing, presentable communications, in order to have a very effective way to convey the information to the others. That's very crucial, and I think every PRs in any institutions must have this criteria in order to make him, in order to make uh, someone's or a PR itself as a good PR. The second one, I think I have very communication skills that um, like I can centralize many information at one time. It's also crucial for the PR because, like I say, you are the middle persons for any institutions or any managements. So the ability to centralize the information is very important because that information that you want to convey to others will determine on how the institution works for. I mean, in other sense, if you are macam kita nak convey maklumat dengan acuh tak acuh je kan, macam kalau kita kata A, maksudnya tak ada seni dalam menyampaikan maklumat, benda tu dia akan affects the relationship between the, like you say, the buyers and the seller itself. And the third one is I think as a PR, we don't if you searching for any works that related to PR, we don't have any office hour or office or hours of service. PR ni kerja dia 24 jam je, because we in the society and we always have unexpected events, unexpected issue. So as a PR, I think the readiness, I mean kesiapsiagaan sebagai PR ni kena mantap lah, sebabnya macam saya cakap, dia tak ada waktu bekerja 24 hours. Then you need to alert there is why you need to have a very sharp observant, because anything can happen in any time. So PR, you need to notice this, and you need to practice that you serve for people in any time. That's what um, makes the PR is a good PR. That's all for me.
Alright, thank you. A good point there. PR works 24 hours. Good point. Okay, so let's we get an answer from Brother Nida. How about you, Brother Nida? Tell us three traits that you have that makes you a great PR office.
All right. Thank you, Brother Helmi, and thank you for Shakira for the question. Tell us three traits that you have that makes you a great PR officer. Wow. Okay. For me, as PR, we must be friendly PR, and we must be confident in dalam berhubung. Dan friendly itu dalam mesra. Contohnya kalau macam kita berhubung dengan penceramah atau moderator program kita dengan mesra, yang itu paling penting. Bila kita mesra dengan moderator dan program itu boleh berjalan dengan lancar, yang itu yang penting sekali. Mesra dan kita mesti confident, yakin. Jangan cakap dalam dua, kita yakin. Nak tanya terus, message terus. Dalam berhubung dengan moderator ke apa contohnya macam tu. Alright, mungkin that's all from me. Alright, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Nida. So keep smiling and build up your confidence level. Okay, thank you, Brother Nida. So okay, how about you, Sister Nur Hidayah? Can I get an answer from you?
Okay, thank you, Brother Hilmi. Okay, thank you, Shakira, for your questions. So tell us three traits that you have that makes you a great PR officer. So basically, I can categorize myself as an organized person. So because of my traits, because of my these traits, I will ensure all the programs that we organize and propose are well organized for better outcome. And the next trait that I have is I am actually a punctual person. I'm punctual, so I can use these traits for better responsible to make announcement when needed on time. Maybe there is a announcement from the management, so I will be on time on that because like I said before, I'm like a punctual person. And the last one is I'm also having a social intelligence where I actually easy to mingle with person with people. So I will take this as a great opportunities for me to expand more my networking with other people. For example, like with other universities. So it will give a great it will give a great opportunities for the KLMSS if I'm the chosen to be a PR officer. So it is also related with my mission where I want to elevate and promote the KLM clubs in among the UIE students and also the other societies. So I will use my third trait by social intelligence to expand the connection and promote the clubs in UIE. That's all.
Alright, so thank you. Hope that you can promote the clubs in KLM Pago as well. Okay, it looks like you have an additional question from Brother Adib. Sebagai calon-calon PR, apa jaminan korang yang korang boleh berikan berkaitan public relations untuk welfare, Islamic affair, culture of art, office-office yang ada di bawah KLMSS, which is RCOM, NCOM, MACOM, TMGT dan lain-lain. So, kita nak start dengan okay, Brother Nidan.
Alright, thank you Brother Helmi, and thank you Ahmad Adib atas soalan sebagai calon PR. Apa jaminan korang yang korang boleh berikan berkaitan public relation untuk welfare, Islamic affair, cultures of art, office yang ada di bawah Klmss. Okay, for me jaminannya adalah sebagaimana berdasarkan as for my mission and vision, I want to fulfill and protect any needs and skills, and also to empower KLM students in all the positive aspects. Maksudnya tak kira dari segi Islamic effect, welfare ataupun cultures ataupun semualah. Saya akan bantu dan tolong dan membantu sepenuhnya dengan yakin dan bantu sepenuhnya orang yang di bawah KLMS ini. Kita bekerja sama-sama insya-Allah, dan jika saya dipilih dan dilantik, akan kotakan dan jalankan semua cadangan yang saya cadangkan insya-Allah. Okay, itu saja. Sekian, terima kasih.
Alright, thank you, Brother Nidal. So, can I hear from Sister Nurhazira?
Alright, thank you Helmi. Thank you Ahmad Hadid for the questions. Apa jaminan yang boleh diberikan berkaitan PR untuk welfare and others office yang di bawah KLMS? Okay. Saya percaya setiap office ataupun setiap organisation yang ada di bawah KLMS ni, mereka mempunyai informasi yang tertentu untuk diberikan kepada student ataupun KLM society. Jadi fungsi utama PR ni adalah to convey the information to the students. Jadi you have your own informations that want to convey to the others. So PR is the middle person. Jadi PR ni lah yang kena memastikan bahawa setiap informasi yang diberikan dapat disampaikan secara seluruhnya kepada KLM society. Itu jaminan saya lah. Maksudnya saya akan try my best to make sure that every student tak ada rasa ketinggalan maklumat ketinggalan maklumat penting, ketinggalan ataupun maklumat penting lah berkaitan dengan KLMS untuk office-office yang tertentu. Itu jaminan saya. The second one is to make sure the information itself can convey in a better version lah. Because macam Helmi cakap lah, student is a buyers, PR is a sellers. You guys are like KLMSS, Islamic Affairs ni, korang is like investor. So apa kerja seller ni kan? So seller ni dia kena ada art dia yang sendiri lah. So apa yang dikatakan art ni adalah communication skill lah. So dia kena ada a very unique communication skills in order to convey the informations to the target audience. That's all for me.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Nurhazira. We need to have PR need to have a good communication skill, which is I think you guys need to use a better rhetoric to answer the students. Okay, how about you, Sister Nur Hidayah?
Okay, for that questions, thank you Brother Ahmad Adib for that question. So apa jaminan korang yang korang boleh berikan berkaitan publication untuk welfare, Islamic affair, culture, office yang lain. Okay, back to our roles. Basically, the roles of publication is we do deliver the message to the students, and we also have roles in promoting and giving opportunities for collaboration and vice versa. And it is also relevant to my third manifesto, where I have highlighted to provide opportunities for collaboration, education and promotion. So basically, jaminan yang boleh bagi, insyaAllah, this is about, I will help them to promote their program. So because it is our duty actually to help to promote other divisions in promoting and publicize their program, to help them managing their program well. Not only among the UI students and maybe perhaps to other students. That's all from me.
Alright, so that's the last question from our viewers. Thank you for the candidates for giving the interesting opinion. Okay, it seems like we have reached the end of our program for tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning into tonight's session. Also, please stay tuned and follow our social media accounts on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for more information. Don't forget, we have another manifesto presentation tomorrow for another division, which is Culture and Arts. Same time, same channel. Finally, to all candidates, please ensure to observe your ethics and adab while campaigning. We bid you good night and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum.